Week 1 check-in, summer shredding 2024. So it has been 6 days since I have started tracking my macros, and wow, I'm losing the weight. I have been plateauing for about a month and a half since the beginning of October. I've been 237 at my lowest. I've gone up and down a couple pounds from 237, 238, 240, and back down because your weight fluctuates all the time. You're never just going to be at the same weight all the time. So I have been, not really tracking my calories for the past couple months. I was like, I'm eating the same thing every day. I'm doing good. And I plateaued hard, really hard for a month and a half. I hit a big plateau, and the great news is 6 days into the month I've broken the plateau, and it's crazy how. It's actually not crazy how. Well, since I've set my goals uh, just before December, I said I was going to start tracking because I needed to track to kind of dial in what I was eating and tracking my calories and finding out my BMR, which I did in my last episode. So, since I've been tracking for the past 6 days, I've set my carbs and my calories and my protein goals and my fat goals, and 2,800 calories. I'm eating I could even look right here, and let me see my fitness pal how many exact calories I've been eating. Yesterday, let me see. Calories yesterday 2736 I ate, and I was in a deficit. My goal is 2810, and I burned off almost 500, so my net calories were 2366, and that was my macros for yesterday. I ate 151 grams of carbs, 130 grams of fat, and 232 grams of protein. What a day. And the day before, I ate, um, I'll start with my calories, 2,400 calories. So I was a little bit short on my goal of 2,800. I burned 400 calories, so I was in a deficit of about 800 calories yesterday. But I felt good because I've been eating carbs. My carbs again the day before were 161 grams, 223 grams of protein. The day before, 169 grams of carbs, 179 grams of protein, 174 grams of carbs, 241 grams of protein. I have been killing my macros goals, and because I lift every day, I've had great lifts all week because I've been carbed up and because my body is burning the fuel, and it's actually using the long, because carbs break down into sugar, right? But it's not a simple sugar, it's a complex sugar. So it breaks down into those long form triglycerides, which burn when you work out. So I have been losing the weight steadily, and I've known because at the end of the night, I'm not as tired. I'm not as, I was only eating about 1,800 to 2,000 calories, and I feel full. I feel my body full. When I go to sleep, I feel full. I've been using the restroom better because the carbs are help pushing me out, and I wasn't eating um I wasn't restricting carbs before, but I was definitely trying to eat them at one meal, like in a carb cycle. And now that I've learned I could eat carbs every day as long as I'm lifting, I think, on my off days, I think I want to be a little bit lighter when I rest, and that's only Sunday. So Sunday, I'll turn down the carbs, but even on my cardio days, I like the about 150 grams of carbs and 220 grams of protein is right, and I like about 75 to 100 grams of fat, maybe on the less side of fat. 100 is probably high. I want to keep that maybe around 75 grams of fat, and my calories around 2,800. So everything has just kind of worked. Everything has been dialed in, and setting those macro goals really helped. And that was the first small step I've taken to my fitness journey or my physique competition. So it's a long road. It's a long road, and the first small change I made in tracking my macros broke me through my plateau. Look how that works so fast. One small change kind of fixed everything. Well, I did a little bit of more homework, right? I found out my true BMR, and I started eating what's right for my body. Now that's the truth. You need to find out your body type, your metabolism type, and what your body needs to be properly fueled. And once you do that, depending on your activity level, you could really figure it out easily. You can get into shape pretty quickly. You just have to have the mental strength to not give in, right? If you set a small goal when you start, if you're just starting to want to get healthy and get on your fitness journey, then you can start by walking, setting a small goal by walking around your block, walking around your neighborhood, walking as much as you can, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. Set a goal to do it every day, because you can walk and you can get good exercise by walking all the time. Every single day is good exercise by walking. If you could walk every day, you can get great exercise. And that's the first step. And once you do it, it's going to become contagious. And the hardest part that goes with that is the eating. Setting small goals to eat healthier is a lot harder, because exercising is easier than eating right. Or I don't want to, no, you can't say exercising is easier. I think getting out and moving, if you're exercising, if you get on a steady exercise routine, it's a lot easier to manage that than to try to consistently eat healthy. Just because when you exercise, you dedicate time to exercise for your exercise, right? Your life and your schedule is built around it. Well, everything else has food. Food is everywhere. You can't avoid food. You can't just, isolate and not eat, and that's what leads to bad eating habits anyway. Well, you have to have a lot of discipline to not ruin your diet when you're not, when you have goals. You just got to stay disciplined, and it's not easy. But I hope maybe we can get into that into another episode. But so far, I'm feeling great. I'm pretty happy with the progress I'm making. Week 1 is done, and I couldn't really ask for a better week. So hopefully see you next week. Hopefully get some more footage in here. I'm sparking ideas as we go, but I just kind of want to talk about where I'm at week to week for my own documentation. One day I'll stop hitting the microphone, and we'll get it dialed in. But week to week, I'm just going to update and talk about what's been going on with me and my journey to my first physique competition and just a better life. Keep moving fitness, my NASM CPT goals, and I hope you follow along with me on my journey. Keep moving. Peace.